split. Just, I guess I was the one who switched to the other side because I was like really on the fence. I like typed DRG and then I was like, no, and I deleted it and sent in stats. So that's like how on the fence I was.
Yeah.
I was pretty solid for stats. I feel like DRG's game against Creator, especially, that was more so Creator's loss than DRG's win. I have a lot more confidence in this guy. He's part of KT, and even though KT isn't doing so well, I feel like Stats still a very solid player. He has a good win ratio against Zerg. And when it came down to it, I voted for Stats.
Stats looks like he like lost some weight, man.
Yeah, he does. He looks a little
Looking healthy.
Yeah.
Kind of
looking good, man.
saying a little prayer before he has to play.
I was imagining all the dead Hydras.
It's like,
Please,
okay.
Flash, give me some guidance in this game.
What's the map for this one? It's totally slipped my mind.
Outboxer?
Outboxer, okay. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit as we get into the game. This could be the final match of the night if Stats is able to take it. Otherwise, the final boss is going to bring us to the ace match.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top left, in the teal for Team MVP, it is DRG, DongRaeGu.
The final boss. And cross spawns here on Outboxer. On the other side of things, to the bottom right, we have Stats. So, Stats known for his air toss in this matchup. If there's ever a PvZ where you have the players' like bases and their names covered, and you see like 20 Tempests, Zerg's like struggling to get like them all pulled one by one, good chance it's Stats in there.
Yep, I could definitely see that. Stats, yeah, very solid player. And straight off the bat, we're seeing him go pylon low ground, so it most likely will be a forward fast expand.
Yeah, very early probe coming over here. So second probe will be making the forge.
And we'll have to wait exactly. We'll have to see exactly what DRG is going to do. Setting a drone down, but it's going to be a drone scout.
He's not going to see it, though. Oh,
he's going to go
possible?
on the other side of this middle thing. Oh, just barely does not see the probe.
Very intelligent move there. This is what you're talking about before. I was like, do you ever have it where the probe hides?
Yeah, I mean, it can very often
well, and
happen.
then he shows it here.
Yeah,
so.
he's just going to straight up sky. He's like, okay, I'm just going to see what you got. Because he doesn't want to deal with any sort of fast pull either. That could also really affect you if you're going forge. You're keeping an eye out.
Drone now coming back.
Drone had enough.
Is he actually just going to hatch first anyways with that drone?
No.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, I think he is actually. Whoa, he's
well,
doing
I think
it.
it's because he hasn't seen a drone go down to the natural. So it's actually a good thing that the drone and probe did not meet on the map. But he's trying to be sneaky here, but I think we'll have to wait and see.
He's not going to cannon it because there's already two drones following his probe. It's like too obvious. He's not going to be able to get the placement he wants.
Yeah.
So
instead decides to be extremely greedy going Nexus first, which is probably the second best choice here. And I really like it a lot. And DRG just going to go for a fast third.
Checking again once more with that drone just to make sure.
Yeah. Probe heads over to third base, wants to check if that's down yet. Sees it's not. Spawning pool here before the third base.
Yeah, DRG kind of too spooked to get that third base. Doesn't really want to risk it at all. Play the safe, get the pool. Have the Zerglings ready for that third to finally go down. But gets a scout, sees exactly what's going on, and we see no forge whatsoever. It's just incredibly greedy Nexus first in the first gate, which is the perfect response to what Stats has been scouting.
I feel like, and Moonglet, I want to ask you about this because this is just my impression. I don't want to get the pro gamer look. DRG is pretty much a Hydra Zerg. Like, he will almost always do something that involves Hydras to pressure before he switches out. Like, he's very Hydraless oriented in his play, especially recently.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be showing us some Hydras like to start things off. He's committed a lot to Hydras. Like his very first pro league game against Parting, he did like a big Hydra timing and it totally got shut down. But
yeah, I mean, Hydras are definitely one way to play the matchup, and he definitely favors that kind of style. We see
they got
it time and
buffed
again.
too, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I mean they're very good, and especially at applying pressure and taking behind it, which is what a lot of Zergs will do. A lot of Mutalisk switches, especially, and I'm sure Stats is very aware of that. So we'll have to wait and see how he's going to handle it mid-game, if this Hydralist push comes.
Guys, I'm just like enthralled right now watching the first-person view of DRG. if you're in the studio, I'd say it's definitely worth it to get a seat where you can see some of these players play because it's a real treat.
Oh yeah, we should. I'm surprised like we haven't seen fans like record it or anything like that from the crowd. Like,
no, I'm just gonna make Sojung do it. Like, I'm gonna give her my phone and be like, go record that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm actually like, as soon as you said like, as soon as you mentioned that, Brent, I looked up. I'm like, God, I would love to just take my phone over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and record it, man. You know, it's so sad. Actually, we don't have enough Kespel players streaming their games. I mean, it's for good reason.
It's
but
very, very good reason for sure. Like you'd never be able to compete on this level if you were streaming.
I wonder if like there'll be a time during the off season before next season where we see this. Oh, by the way, Robo in the house.
Robo in the house.
I mean, in the base.
It's like Corey in the house, but StarCraft version.
In the Protoss house. And from here, we'll see. You have to wait and see if he's going to do a timing or he's going to go for a fast third base.
Stalker right away gets over to this Overlord. That Overlord is not going to make it. Very nice position on that Robo.
Yeah, definitely not going to get scouted. From here, could be a third, could be a timing, could see Immortals.
Oh man, this hurts to not see this. Oof. Second Overlord's like looking over here, not getting anything done. He's going to start getting suspicious when no Phoenixes come out.
Yeah, and he sees the 2 gases, so he's like, okay, this helps a lot. But yeah, no real idea, which can be a problem. Looks like he might be trying to get some Zerglings in the front.
It's going to be a Warp Prism drop with Sentries, I think, but we have been seeing a lot more Zealot drops actually instead.
We could very well see a fast island expansion.
Oh yeah, you know what? He's got a scout for that though.
Yeah, Overlords are kind of in the ready.
He doesn't have a lair yet, right? I mean, it's much too soon for that. Oh, it would be so funny if he just like spreads creep and he's like, ha.
Yeah, he's actually really scared of, it could be the potential like DTs or anything, so he's getting really fast spores, doesn't want to lose to that. And getting Zergling speed before teching.
And it is an island.
It's going to be,
yeah,
second I saw those Stargates, I'm like, yeah, here we go once again. But
Stat
like you guys
style.
said,
this is actually like a much better style than what we saw Creator do it for sure. Creator like took it and like just died to mutas, but with 2 Stargate, you're never going to be able to get it. There's going to be 2 Stargate Phoenix on the map and you are going to get crushed.
he's just going to do it. He sees the Overlord. He's like, yeah, this is my plan.
It's like,
you can know it's fine.
Like, yeah.
We don't care.
Well, it's not like he's going to be like, well, I guess I'll go to the bottom left instead. There's like an Overlord there. He's like, oh. Like, it's like takes a normal third base.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do from here, Mungly? Do you think he's going to try to Nidus it? Because we've seen that fail a lot.
Yeah, it's a hard decision because it's such a hard base to attack, especially once there's Phoenix in the air.
Have we ever seen somebody try to go drop against this? I feel like Leonok tried that once.
I think we have seen that, and it went horribly wrong.
Leonok tried to drop against Rain, but Rain was just super prepared for it. He had his area units in position plus cannons.
Oh, yeah.
And just got shut down 100%. He's going to add a 3rd Stargate in here even. He's committing 100% to this.
No, Stats loves to play this matchup, man. He's like, how many Stargates can I afford? He's like, I'll go up to 7 sometimes because...
He's like, I don't need gateways. What is that?
No, it's a great move. I don't know why he's making it overseer.
He probably wants to cancel that. Yeah.
Kind of cute.
Well,
Roach speed on the way, as well as a Spire.
Yeah, interesting kind of choices here. We'll have to exactly wait and see what DongRaeGu wants to do. Does he want to actually like go for like Corruptor and kind of deal with these Phoenix?
I don't.
It's such a hard.
No, man. I almost feel like going straight Infestor is the better choice.
I would like
have the recall. Big recall, gonna get that saturated right away.
What would you do, Moonglade, actually? Would you go Infestor here? Imagine you knew it's triple Stargate, actually, even more than DRG. I think that's the best response here as soon as possible.
I mean,
because there's no ground army.
You could also go like, just like massive Hydra push off 3 base.
And we've seen that before, too, actually work sometimes. That's why he has 3 cannons here, because he's like,
yeah,
no way, I'm not going to let you do that to me.
I mean, like, you could also do like a massive Hydra push, like, on 4 base and like follow it up with like a Muta switch if like the Phoenix actually commit and you like trade a lot of Hydra for Phoenix or something. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it, but looks like DRG really gearing up for the late game here. I guess he could be going for like Phoenix, Corruptor Muta, but I feel like it's just not going to work out because especially against 3 Stargate, you are just going to get destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, starts 7 Corruptors.
Now he sees finally the Stargates. At least I think he saw that.
Yeah, and he saw like 2 Phoenix, 2 Void Rays come out, and he's just like, well, you know.
He cancels his Corruptors. He's like, oh.
I mean, it probably would be better than trying to use them.
Well, at least in this number for sure.
Yeah.
Because Anion Pulse Crystals are going to be up soon. He's going to start +2.
It's just going to get worse. And he's got 3 cannons up at his third island. So, like, this is exactly how you should be playing kind of like Protoss on this map. Creator kind of went for a bit of a greedier style with less about dealing with air, and Stats is all about the air.
Yeah,
That's what he loves.
13 minutes on the way. Again, with so many of these Phoenix coming out with those pulse crystals like you were talking about and the upgrades. I don't know. I don't like this. Corruptors right now trying to get a scout on, I guess.
Yeah, they're like so brave.
Maybe just misrallied there.
Yeah, actually, that's a more likely possibility.
That's a second Spire here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's 3 cans, all the voids.
He's just going to try to fight it straight up.
Pulse crystals might actually finish before this engagement happens if he chronos it one more time. Okay, no, we're not. We're not going to see that. But the Mothership Core is here too, so it's like, no, man. Like, either he's going to be able to fight that straight up so well with the Nexus Cannon, or if the units attack somewhere else, he just, boom, recalls to where it is and then fights it there.
6 gates being put down here, and yeah, like, I mean, if DRG continues to invest into this air, I feel like he's going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, the results could be painful. He goes ahead and uses the prismatic alignment here.
The Phoenixes here are going to destroy all those units, especially with the Void Racer. He's just fighting straight up.
Void Racers need to target, but yeah, I mean, this is actually a mistake to engage, I think.
Going down. He's got like 3 left.
See, it's like not even enough Corruptors to threaten this, and the Phoenix are just going to kill the Corruptors now. This is like...
He has range, so yeah.
This is what happens when...
Making 3 at a time.
And he's making 12, 17 Corruptors to deal with this. I'm not sure about this because he can just keep making Phoenix to the point where it doesn't matter how many Corruptors you have, Phoenix will kill them anyway.
Yeah, when Phoenixes have range, I mean, look at this.
They pop out and they die.
He needs to be careful, though, because he's actually getting a bit surrounded here, but still, like, he's able to fly out.
Too fast.
So much damage.
1 Corruptor fights versus, like, 17 Phoenixes a lot of the time with this micro, too.
Wow.
This
I mean,
he
can't fight this.
They're about to have a +2, by the way, I should mention.
Yeah.
Against no armor yet.
He might actually have enough Corruptors now, but it's still, I mean, like 3 at a time getting chroned out, and Void Rays being made now, which are even better against Corruptors. And
he's building a ground army too, so like eventually it's just gonna be like, okay, I have Stalkers now. Baneling Nest, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it can help against the ground units once they're finally out. If there's gonna be like a massive contingent of Zealots or anything, definitely
there will be. He's got a charge on the way, and he has a ton of minerals banked up because he's making so many gas-heavy units here.
Yeah, exactly.
When Banelings are more popular in this matchup, like I used to know this, but a Baneling that blows up in the air near Phoenixes doesn't actually splash them, right? I'm really not sure. Like, I don't think that's going to come into play here.
No, I don't think that happens.
I'm pretty sure
it should happen, right? It should happen.
Phoenixes are like
an upgrade or something that makes Banelings explode.
Air explosion.
You like detonate a Baneling on the ground, it hits the air units. It's like, well, that's not fair.
That'd be great. They like jump up in the air and explode or something.
You have to micro it too to make them.
Oh. It's going to fight here. Corruptions go down, and you know what? The Phoenixes are a bit out of position, and the ground army is getting eaten up right now, and the Baneling follow-up could actually work if there's nothing on the ground. It's too much prismatic alignment, though. And, well, this is why Corruptors don't beat Void Rays.
Or Phoenix. I mean, this is why Corruptors are horrible, essentially. And it's definitely... I definitely don't agree with this kind of style. Going straight up air against the 3 Stargate, even bases... It's just not going to work against Protoss. It's just too cost effective. You have to find another way. You have to go Infestor. You have to go mass ground. I mean, he could have definitely done some work if he went into like some sort of Hydra push, perhaps, with some Infestor backup.
He doesn't even know about this base, by the way. I think that's part of the reason. I mean, he doesn't know about it. It's only mining a little bit of gas, but it's going to get worse. I don't think he's going to recall probes because that's too much Mothership Core energy that he needs for other things right now. But here comes a Muto. He's like going to be, oh god, no.
Like, oh, sadness.
And in the meanwhile, Stats is just making his army stronger and stronger. He's making Archons now. Nothing in the air is going to survive. And Banelings against Archons.
I think it takes like Infinity Banelings to kill an Archon.
At least.
I could be wrong. So, it could be like one or give or take one, or I could be 1 or so off, but I'm pretty sure it's Infinity.
Yeah, they're just fine.
This is like.
So
we're just like frustrated watching this game.
Well, like, I mean, the game seems to be like almost like it's DRG like not able to solve this problem, and I don't know how to solve it for him either, to be honest. At this point,
in a really weirdly bad situation.
He's like switching to roaches. I'm like, well, I mean, you don't have any upgrades for those, man.
He's like really trying hard to like
Banelings too. I don't know.
Win the ground war to the point where like he forces like the air army to fight out in the open or something, and then kind of like take a good fight with
good
all his
investors
corruptors
and stuff later too.
Well, like he's just making corruptors, and he's going to go for drop here. So he really thinks he's got like the air advantage with these corruptors, but I mean, I don't actually agree.
I don't agree either. I mean, he doesn't know exactly the void rate counts at all times. Keep in mind the upgrades are actually better, and that huge attack he did, he was like, wait a minute, actually this is not enough units to actually kill these Archons, and I'm losing a base over here. I can't recall like the Frost can, so I'll have to fly back, and by the time he gets here, the Frost can just recall out. Sup, I'm out.
Later, bro.
Yep, straight up.
See you next time. See you when that hatch pops back up. I'll be right back over.
And we see 20 mutas on the production tab, so he's going straight into muta switch. Now that he's seen like where the Phoenix count is at, where the void ray count is at, he thinks he's like, maybe I can actually win an air fight now while he isn't prepared.
Well, there's only a few Archons. There's no Storm.
There's only like
he's got
10 Phoenix.
A few more Archons.
9 Phoenix.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need more than this.
But that's a lot of mutas, and he should be hitting the pylons.
Yeah. I guess if he kills a cannon, it's better for a follow-up later, maybe.
I guess
if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
Should be corrupting the probes.
Well, let's not get carried away here. At the same time, I mean, he's going to lose all his bases.
Yeah, he's definitely going to lose at least 2 of them, and the natural's even a bit, not even secure. The Roach drop really coming in handy over here as he comes over and flanks this army with the slow Roaches and the Overlords. This base is forfeit. I don't think he can get the natural, and that's a bit unreasonable. Baneling's doing pretty well against the Zealots, and honestly, he's got a lot of burst damage here. And the Phoenix are zoned out by the Corruptors.
There's just like too much here actually for DongRaeGu. I mean, he's lost that base, but he's taken more to the south, and he has won the air battle by now. And
yeah,
now
he's crushed the air battle.
Stats is like, I need some Phoenixes, but still I need Void Rays. I just need a lot.
Yeah, it was really good to take that fight. Cleans up the air ball, and
now we can actually go back by killing those cannons and kill this base.
Yeah, you could definitely.
I think he should actually just go right over there, and I don't even think. Honestly, I don't even think Stat's making. He's not even making probes over there because it's like, well, this base is not even going to last.
Yeah, he's remaking down here. I think he really needs Storm above like Archons.
Yeah,
Storm would help a great deal against corrupt
against everything.
Yeah, and of course Zerglings and Banelings.
Well,
but he's kind of really lacking gas now. Losing that 4th base really hurt a lot.
Yeah, if he can get that that 3rd location saturated, he'll be in a little bit of a better spot, but still. And right now, actually, taking the fight here against the Corruptors, where are the mutas? And a big ground army here as well.
This is actually a lot of Phoenixes coming over now, and the Corruptor count isn't what it used to be. Zealots on the ground actually still doing a lot of damage themselves, so I think he's eventually going to be pushed back. Oh, he's fighting the Corruptors while the Mutalists fight the Zealots, so he's going to save his base. A lot of drones going down. Remember, these Phoenixes have +3, so that's really helping him out quite a lot in these fights.
Oh yeah, he could definitely pick away at this army forever.
He might even start picking up drones after the units get to safety.
Yeah.
Transfuse is going down.
DRG's trying to follow this up with more Corruptors on the production tab. It's just not enough. He's got like maybe 8 in total here.
This is actually like an epic battle we were watching, by the way. Like, I'm like in awe. I'm like, wow.
Epic micro, like really impressive. And
those lasers and the transfuse.
Great warp in. Going to clean up this base for sure. It's going to put DRG in a terrible position.
That drop has allowed him to take the island. That might have been part of why he had the plan.
Yeah, I'm sure that definitely helps. He definitely needs to make use of the islands.
Now the base that is up here, the 3rd base for Stats, the 4th, 5th, even really whichever way you want to look at it, is like it's going to last for a long time, and it's pretty secure. The base of the top right, though, on that island isn't going to be mining for too much longer. The natural's already out. So he's going to want to think about getting another base pretty soon here.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's that value Ling Overlord drop. He's like, well, I mean, I bought this. Well, I don't know about this drop. Oh.
Gonna make it into Banelings.
Baneling drop. We haven't seen this in a long time. I miss seeing Baneling drops.
Yeah, we saw this like in like Codes the other day or something. It's like not very effective, but
has its moments for sure. But yeah, it has to be used at the right time.
If he sent it to the right base, it can make all the difference.
Yep.
If he sent it to the natural, it's gonna like blow up on the Nexus or something.
And DRG just abandoning this base by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's got the island, and I guess he's confident enough of that, knowing he's definitely not going to hold this one.
Yeah, like that many Phoenix is going to be very hard to fight.
Look at how fast the Queen died. Like, oh my God. And Overlords are in trouble.
Oh, both spies are here at this base. He might actually
fight. He has to fight here, I think.
Yeah.
But Infestors are not ready. That Archon!
Archon's going to be such a pain. Oh, 3 Archons.
Such patience, I have to say, by the way, in these fights by DRG.
Oh,
but he's out of time now. He has to fight. And good targeting here by the Archons. And I really wish we could see exactly how many hit points these units have, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are down in the yellow. Archon gets a few more shots off, and this is looking like an overwhelming amount of Phoenixes. GG!
Stats has done it. He takes game number 4 here for the 3rd win for KT.
Very well played. Great build for this map, especially.
Yeah.
3 Stargate. Deals with DRG style more than anything else.
Double islands.
This was the guy to put on this map if you're expecting to face a Zerg, like 100%.
Easily.
Very good choice to put him on this map, I have to say.
Yep. I like it a lot. He played it really well. Kind of like, it was a bit shaky there when he lost his, all his Void Rays. When it caught out in the map.
Yeah, that was a weird moment, but like he was confident up with his Phoenix control because he's played this matchup so many times with this build where it's like he's like, no, if I fight you at the right angle with this Phoenix micro, like I'll fight 1 Corruptor versus like 17 Phoenixes over and over again.
Yeah.
That's how it happens because they have the same range.
Yeah.
But the Phoenixes move faster and fire while moving. So if you try to fight with Corruptors, if the Phoenixes are constantly moving away, the lasers for 17 Phoenixes will link on 1 Corruptor or possibly 2 depending on like the angle, and that Corruptor like gets like 1 shot off and then blows up, and then you just do this like 17 times until you've eventually wiped out the Corruptors.
Especially if there's no Infestors on the map, which is the one thing you do need against giant.
I was saying it earlier, man. You know, against stats, like I think Infestor's the way to go.
Yeah, you need Infestors, especially if you're going meter Corruptor like that.
Well, action, flash, and stats clean things up. Keen with an upset win over TY, I would say, but he played solid, but it wasn't enough. Super